The classic comedy series F Troop, 1965 to 1967, brought Wild West hijinks and lighthearted laughs to television screens, quickly becoming a cult favorite. With its over-the-top humor, memorable characters, and a talented cast, the show carved out a unique place in TV history. But behind the laughter and slapstick gags lies a more emotional story. Many of the beloved actors who gave the show its charm have since passed away, some under tragic or little-known circumstances. In this video, we honor the lives and careers of the stars who are no longer with us. From untold struggles to heartfelt farewells, discover the real-life journeys of the actors who helped make F Troop an unforgettable part of American television. Forrest Tucker was born on February 12, 1919, and played Sergeant Morgan O'Rourke in F Troop in 1965 at age 46. His character was a smooth-talking schemer, secretly running a black market operation behind the military's back, just charming enough to stay likable. Off-screen, Tucker's charm veiled a stormy personal life plagued by chronic alcoholism that wrecked multiple marriages and alienated colleagues. Despite early promise as a leading man in westerns, his career stumbled under the weight of his addictions. He was frequently dropped from roles due to erratic behavior and once publicly collapsed on set after a bender. His first wife accused him of physical abuse, and police were allegedly called during violent episodes. Tucker also gambled heavily, reportedly losing most of his earnings and borrowing from co-stars. His intimidating persona hid deep insecurities and depression, worsened after the decline of his film career. Known to berate crew members, he was considered difficult and unpredictable in the industry. Forrest Tucker died on October 25, 1986, at 67 from lung cancer and emphysema. Ken Berry was born on November 3, 1933, and was 32 when he portrayed Captain Wilton Parmenter in F Troop starting in 1965. But Berry's polished exterior masked a life riddled with professional disappointments and personal turbulence. A gifted dancer and singer, his talents were often underutilized, and he never fully recovered from the abrupt cancellation of multiple series, including Mayberry RFD and Mama's Family. Privately, Berry endured a painful divorce from actress Jackie Joseph, fueled by his growing detachment and rumored affairs. Their adopted children later disclosed emotional distance and a tense home life, which the media never saw. His career sputtered post-1970s, and bitterness crept in. Industry insiders claimed Berry became rigid and humorless on set, insisting on perfection while pushing away collaborators. Though he avoided scandalous headlines, quiet whispers of past romantic entanglements with both men and women circulated in private circles. Ken Berry died on December 1, 2018, at the age of 85 due to heart complications. Larry Storch, born January 8, 1923, stepped into the role of Corporal Randolph Agarn in F Troop in 1965 at age 42. Agarn was a manic, rubber-faced clown, a loyal sidekick forever caught up in O'Rourke's schemes, and a perfect showcase for Storch's frenetic energy. But behind the laughter was a man hiding profound instability and a desperate need for validation. His career, which had sparks of brilliance, was often undermined by an erratic temper and clashes with producers. Although he built a reputation as a comedic genius, many peers whispered about his bouts of paranoia and depressive episodes. His long marriage masked several separations, rumored affairs, and a strained relationship with his daughter, who once described him as absent even when he was in the room. Storch struggled with being typecast, and bitterness crept in as offers dried up in the 80s. Though he avoided public scandals, insiders recounted his drinking sprees and deep resentment toward more successful peers. He died peacefully in his sleep on July 8, 2022, at the age of 99. Melody Patterson was born on April 16, 1949, and at just 16 years old, she began playing Wrangler Jane in F Troop in 1965 after lying about her age. Jane was a gunslinging, headstrong frontier woman with a fierce crush on the clueless Captain Parmenter. Off-screen, Patterson's life quickly spiraled into the darker corners of Hollywood. Pushed into early fame, she was thrust into relationships with older men, most notably marrying actor James MacArthur, which ended in divorce amid rumors of infidelity and emotional abuse. Her acting career faltered after F Troop, with a failed screen test for Bonnie and Clyde being a major blow. She struggled with addiction to painkillers following a serious car accident in the 70s, and multiple stints in rehab were kept out of the press. Patterson bounced between odd jobs and small theater gigs, often clashing with directors over her erratic behavior and lateness. Friends recalled her obsession with UFOs and conspiracy theories, and in later years, she became increasingly reclusive and paranoid. Melody Patterson died on August 20, 2015, at age 66 from multiple organ failure. Edward Everett Horton was born on March 18, 1886, and portrayed Roaring Chicken in F Troop in 1965 at age 79. Roaring Chicken was the tribe's eccentric medicine man, famous for his dry wit and philosophical, often cryptic lines. Horton's career spanned decades of stage and screen, yet behind the genial facade was a man fiercely private and cautious about revealing personal struggles. He never married, fueling gossip about his reclusive and solitary lifestyle, and was said to have battled chronic health issues that limited his later work. Despite his comedic genius, Horton faced the frustration of being typecast as a quirky side character, unable to break into leading roles in Hollywood's golden era. Friends recounted his sharp tongue and a perfectionist streak that sometimes caused tension on set. Horton was also known for hosting exclusive, often bizarre parties that combined Hollywood elites with eccentric artists, generating whispered scandals about his private life. He died of cancer on September 29, 1970, aged 84. James Hampton, born July 9, 1936, joined F Troop in 1965 at age 29, playing Hannibal Dobbs, the tone-deaf bugler whose incompetence was part of the show's charm. Though remembered for roles in Teen Wolf and The Longest Yard, Hampton spent decades resenting being pigeonholed as comic relief. Industry gossip suggested he was deeply frustrated with being passed over for more serious roles. Privately, Hampton wrestled with an unhappy marriage, and his son later accused him of emotional neglect. His health declined early due to a hereditary blood disorder that he kept secret for years. Colleagues said he grew bitter on sets, feuding with younger actors and demanding preferential treatment. In the 1990s, a dispute with a production company over unpaid royalties turned ugly, with Hampton allegedly threatening legal action before settling quietly. Though not embroiled in scandal, his professional demeanor in later years was described as volatile and tense. He died on April 7, 2021, at the age of 84 from complications of Parkinson's disease. Frank DeCova was born on March 17, 1910, and played Chief Wild Eagle in F Troop in 1965 at age 55. Wild Eagle was a clever and sarcastic leader who constantly outwitted the Fort Courage soldiers with his sharp wit and sly business schemes. DeCova's career before F Troop included a mix of intense dramatic and villainous roles, making his comedic turn surprisingly memorable. Despite his professional success, DeCova's private life was marked by isolation and whispered rumors of strained relationships. He never married, and some insiders suggested he battled loneliness and secret health issues that he hid from the public. Known for being difficult on set at times, he had a reputation for clashing with directors over creative control, which limited some career opportunities. He also suffered bouts of depression, rarely discussed but evident to close friends, and struggled to maintain steady work late in life. Frank DeCova died on October 15, 1981, aged 71, from natural causes. John Mitchum was born on September 6, 1919, and played Hoffenmuller in F Troop in 1965 at age 46. Hoffenmuller was the lovable German immigrant soldier whose thick accent and kind nature added warmth to the show's cast. Mitchum, brother to the famous Robert Mitchum, had a career marked by solid supporting roles but was plagued by personal and family tragedy. He endured the heart-wrenching loss of his son, John Jack Mitchum II, who died young from a bleeding ulcer, which reportedly caused long-lasting depression. His multiple marriages and complicated romantic life also fueled tabloid speculation, with some reports of bitter public disputes and allegations of infidelity. A poet and musician, he sought solace in the arts but was also known for occasional bouts of heavy drinking and volatile behavior on set. Despite this, Mitchum maintained respect among colleagues for his talent and patriotic passion. He died on November 29, 2001, aged 82, from a stroke. Bob Steele was born on January 23, 1907, and played Trooper Duffy in F Troop in 1965 at age 58. Duffy was the grizzled, world-weary soldier who fancied himself a veteran of every American war, delivering humor through his exaggerated stories and stubborn nature. Steele's long career in westerns was shadowed by personal demons. He endured several failed marriages, with his first two dissolving amid accusations of infidelity and emotional abuse. His third marriage lasted longer but was turbulent, marred by his escalating alcoholism, which severely impacted his health and professional reputation. Colleagues recalled his volatility on set and a growing reputation as difficult to work with, causing him to lose key roles in the 1950s. Steele also struggled financially during his mid-career slump, rumored to have gambled away significant earnings. However, after joining Alcoholics Anonymous, he regained sobriety for his final decades. Bob Steele died on December 21, 1988, aged 81, from emphysema compounded by years of heavy smoking. Don Diamond was born on June 4, 1921, and played Crazy Cat in F Troop in 1965 at age 44. Crazy Cat was the earnest yet gullible assistant to Chief Wild Eagle, often the comic foil due to his naivete and awkward ambition. Diamond specialized in ethnic character roles, especially those requiring accents, but behind the scenes, his career was hampered by typecasting and an industry reluctant to offer him leading roles. Despite his talents, he battled the frustration of being pigeonholed and occasionally clashed with producers over creative differences. His personal life was quieter, married to Louisa, a teacher, but he faced heartache from the death of a close family member in the 1970s, which deeply affected him. Known for a charming but sometimes controlling demeanor, Diamond was rumored to be difficult with co-stars and maintained a heavy drinking habit during the show's run, which some say strained working relationships. He died on June 19, 2011, aged 90, from heart failure. Harvey Perry was born on April 23, 1900, and portrayed Charlie in F Troop in 1965 at age 65. Charlie's role was minor but showcased Perry's tough physical presence born from decades as a stuntman for Hollywood legends. Perry's career glittered with daring feats, yet off-screen he battled demons few knew about. Chronic pain from his many injuries fueled a growing addiction to prescription drugs. His personal life was marred by estrangement from his family, reportedly caused by his volatile temper and inflexible nature. A notorious clash with a fellow stuntman nearly ended his career after a dangerous on-set fight. Perry's stubborn refusal to adapt to modern stunt safety practices also led to tensions with producers. Despite his hard-earned respect, rumors of alcoholism and gambling debts swirled in Hollywood's underbelly. He died from a heart attack on September 18, 1985, aged 85, his final years spent wrestling with physical and emotional scars that mirrored his fearless stunt persona. Padom Ali was born on March 15, 1904, and played the Medicine Man in F Troop in 1965 at age 61. His whimsical, avuncular character masked a more contentious personal and professional life. O'Malley's long career as a character and voice actor was tainted by allegations of racial insensitivity tied to his portrayals of Native American roles, which sparked quiet boycotts and damaged his reputation in the 1960s. Behind the scenes, he was rumored to be manipulative and dismissive of younger actors, cultivating an aura of intimidation. His relationship with his only son became estranged, publicly criticized posthumously for emotional neglect. Professionally, he was involved in multiple disputes over billing and creative control, contributing to a decline in roles late in life. O'Malley died of a heart condition on February 27, 1985, aged 80, leaving a complicated legacy reflective of Hollywood's shifting cultural tides. James Gregory was born on December 23, 1911, and played Major Duncan in F Troop in 1966 at age 55. Major Duncan was the stern, often baffled officer whose gruff demeanor grounded the show's zaniness. Gregory's booming voice and commanding screen presence made him memorable, but his career wasn't free from controversy. Known for his staunch conservative views, Gregory occasionally clashed with liberal Hollywood circles, resulting in rumors of blacklisting that hurt his chances for leading roles. His marriage was reportedly fraught with tension and secrecy, culminating in a quietly settled divorce after decades, fueled by whispers of infidelity on both sides. Gregory was also criticized by some colleagues for a cold, authoritarian attitude on set, making him difficult to work with despite his talent. He died of natural causes on September 16, 2002, at 90, leaving behind a complex legacy of power, pride, and private regrets. Henry Gibson was born on September 21, 1935, and played Private Rongo Starr in F Troop in 1966 at age 31. Rongo Starr's poetic, unlucky soldier was a fan favorite for his deadpan humor and gentle soul. Gibson's sharp intellect and wit belied a private life marked by mental health struggles, including severe anxiety and social isolation during his early career. Although he avoided public scandals, insider accounts reveal he endured bouts of substance abuse and a clandestine, intense affair with a famous co-star that nearly ended his career prematurely. Known for being meticulous and somewhat controlling, Gibson's perfectionism reportedly caused friction with colleagues. Despite these tensions, his wit and intelligence earned him acclaim on Laugh-In and other projects. Gibson's later years were overshadowed by his battle with cancer, which he faced privately until his death on September 14, 2009, aged 73, remembered as both brilliant and quietly troubled. Charles Steele was born on April 29, 1897, and portrayed Abijah Mims in F Troop in 1965 at age 68. Abijah was the archetypal quirky elder, bringing a warm but eccentric flavor to the show. Steele's career spanned vaudeville, radio, and countless character roles, yet his personal life was shadowed by scandal. His marriage collapsed amid public accusations of emotional abuse and compulsive gambling, leading to a bitter, high-profile divorce that alienated many friends and family. In his later years, Steele reportedly battled depression and loneliness, often withdrawing from social circles. On set, his notoriously cantankerous nature made him a challenge for directors, with rumors of outbursts and clashes over creative decisions. Despite this, his professionalism ensured he was consistently hired, though often only for minor roles. He died from undisclosed causes on April 19, 1980, aged 82, leaving a career marked by hidden turmoil behind the genial facade. John Stevenson was born on August 9, 1923, and portrayed General Custer in F Troop in 1965 at 42. Stevenson's comedic exaggeration of the historical figure added a satirical layer to the show's humor, but off-screen he was known for being intensely private, rarely granting interviews or discussing his personal life. A prolific voice actor in major franchises like The Flintstones and Transformers, Stevenson carefully guarded his boundaries, which fueled rumors of estranged family relationships and legal disputes over estates, though none were ever publicly confirmed. His avoidance of publicity may have shielded him from scandal, but it also left an air of mystery and speculation about his off-camera life. His long, steady career was unmarred by controversy, yet his private struggles remained hidden behind a stoic facade. John died on May 15, 2015, aged 91, after a quiet battle with Alzheimer's disease. Marjgery Bennett was born on January 15, 1896, and played Ella Voorhees in F Troop in 1966 at the age of 70. Ella was a tough, no-nonsense woman with a razor-sharp wit and a tendency to cut through nonsense with biting sarcasm, making her both feared and oddly respected in the show's quirky world. Though Bennett had a prolific career spanning silent films to television, she struggled with persistent typecasting as the eccentric old lady, a label that limited her opportunities and fueled private bitterness. Behind her stern exterior, Bennett endured a lonely personal life marked by the loss of close family and a marriage that dissolved in scandalous whispers of infidelity and emotional abuse, though she rarely spoke publicly about it. Insiders on set described her as difficult to work with, prone to cold stares and curt remarks, especially toward younger actors who challenged her authority. She was also rumored to have battled alcoholism in secret, a coping mechanism for her frustrations and physical pain. Bennett died on June 14, 1982, at 86 from cancer. Forrest Lewis was born on November 5, 1899, and played Doc Emmett in F Troop in 1965 at age 66. His portrayal of the kindly town doctor brought warmth and humor to the show, but behind the scenes, Lewis's life was far more troubled than his gentle screen persona suggested. He struggled privately with chronic depression and a long-standing battle with alcoholism, issues that were exacerbated by the tragic death of his only son in a car accident during the late 1950s. This devastating loss shattered Lewis emotionally and drove him deeper into substance abuse, a fact well known to close friends but carefully concealed from the public. On set, his mood swings and occasional irritability sometimes created tension, disrupting filming schedules and causing friction with producers and fellow actors, although his professionalism ensured he remained employable. Despite these hardships, he maintained a veneer of dependability until his sudden death from a heart attack on June 2, 1977, at age 77. Barry Kelly was born on August 19, 1908, and portrayed the general in F Troop in 1965 at the age of 57. His booming voice and authoritarian presence fit perfectly with his gruff, often menacing screen roles as judges, police chiefs, and corrupt officials. Off-screen, Kelly's life was far from stable. He battled a compulsive gambling addiction that drained his savings and contributed to estrangement from his wife and children. This addiction also fueled erratic behavior on set. Numerous accounts reveal he was prone to explosive tempers, often berating crew and co-stars in fits of rage that disrupted production schedules. He was implicated in a behind-the-scenes scandal involving attempts to sabotage a rival actor's career by leaking damaging rumors and manipulating casting decisions. Despite his tough exterior, Kelly's private life was haunted by isolation, paranoia, and repeated breakdowns. He died on June 15, 1991, at 82 under mysterious circumstances that fueled gossip but never official investigation, leaving a legacy both commanding and troubled. Willard Waterman was born on August 29, 1914, and played Bill McCormick in F Troop in 1966 at 52 years old. McCormick's character was dignified but often hilariously bewildered, mirroring Waterman's polished comedic style honed through his iconic role as the Great Gildersleeve on radio and television. Yet beneath his calm, professional veneer, Waterman battled deep loneliness and creeping depression, exacerbated by chronic illness and a dependency on prescription drugs to manage pain and anxiety. Colleagues recalled his occasional withdrawal from social settings and increasingly erratic moods late in life, though he fiercely guarded his privacy. Waterman also maintained a strict control over his public image, avoiding controversy and suppressing rumors of tense disputes with younger cast members, who sometimes accused him of manipulative behavior to maintain his status. Despite a career largely free of scandal, these shadowed moments painted a more complex picture of a man struggling to stay relevant as health and age took their toll. He died on February 2, 1995, at 80 from bone marrow disease. Jackie Lowry was born on April 18, 1930, and appeared as Tanya in F Troop in 1966 at 36 years old. Known for her beauty and poise as the first Miss USA in 1952, Lowry's Hollywood journey was riddled with personal upheaval and scandal. She endured turbulent marriages, including a brief, highly publicized union with singer Guy Mitchell and a volatile relationship with actor Jack Webb, marked by public altercations and rumors of infidelity on both sides. Behind the glamour, Lowry struggled with substance abuse and was often involved in backstage feuds with co-stars, contributing to a reputation as difficult and jealous. Gossip columns whispered of secret affairs, jealous rages, and estrangement from her siblings. Despite a modest acting career, her personal life eclipsed her work, culminating in a series of attempted reconciliations with family that never fully healed old wounds. She died on February 23, 2024, at the age of 93, remembered as a figure of faded glamour and complicated resilience. Who's your favorite character in F Troop? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.